Welcome to the Smart Keys podcast. If I were to, look at your computer browser right now, I would probably see an absolute graveyard of open tabs.
Oh yeah, the classic tab clutter. We all have it.
Right. I mean, let's be honest. You are likely paying, say, $99 a month for a CRM, and then another $50 for an email sender, maybe $30 for a calendar tool, and probably another $100 just for a funnel builder.
It adds up so fast.
It really does. You have basically built this Frankenstein tech stack. And as a result, you're probably spending way more time copying and pasting data between all these disjointed platforms than actually talking to your customers.
Yeah, or just praying that your third-party integrations don't randomly break overnight.
Exactly. It's not just annoying. I mean, it is actively costing you leads.
It is a massive drain, both financially and mentally, because we're living in this era where businesses have adopted a hyper-specific software tool for, like, every single micro task.
Yeah, there's an app for literally everything now.
Right, and the theory was always that specialized tools would make us faster. But in practice, the context switching, the data silos, all that constant troubleshooting, it's actually slowing modern professionals to a complete crawl.
Which perfectly brings us to our mission for today's deep dive.
Yeah.
We are taking a magnifying glass to this really comprehensive 2026 software review written by Felix Romer.
It's a fantastic breakdown.
It really is. And it's featured on smartkeys.org. So Felix is this industry veteran, over 15 years in the e-commerce and digital marketing trenches. He has seen literally every software trend come and go.
He definitely knows what to look for, yeah.
For sure. And his review focuses on a platform that fundamentally challenges this whole Frankenstein approach we were just talking about. So our goal today is to figure out how consolidating your tech stack isn't just, a clever accounting trick to save on monthly subscriptions.
Right, it's bigger than that.
Exactly. It is a radical shift in business efficiency and really a blueprint for the future of work.
Yeah, and the core premise that Felix lays out is that true operational strategy relies on unification. I mean, the review examines this platform that is designed to blend your CRM, email, SMS, your funnels and automation into like one cohesive central nervous system for a business.
While I was reading through his breakdown, I kept thinking about how we usually try to solve this problem. We try to connect all our disjointed tools, and it feels like trying to conduct an orchestra where half the musicians are playing from completely different sheets of music.
Oh, that is a great way to put it.
Right. Like you have your email marketing playing one song and your brass section, the CRM, playing another. But what this platform promises is to basically be the ultimate master conductor.
It stands right in the center.
Exactly. It ensures that the email doesn't trigger until the SMS finishes its note. But, let's look at the actual architecture here. How does it handle the heavy lifting?
Well, to understand the mechanics, we really have to look at the scale that Felix highlights in the review. So this platform was founded back in 2018, and it now manages over 600,000 users.
Wow, 600,000. That's huge.
Yeah, it's massive. And that level of adoption means they are processing just a staggering amount of data every single day. For example, the review points to a specific use case where the database is smoothly managing over 23,178 contacts.
That is a hefty database to keep organized.
Right. But the key here is that it's not just holding those names like some static digital Rolodex. It is actively maintaining the context of every single sale and interaction for each one of those contacts.
Okay, let's trace how that actually works in practice, because the mechanism itself is what's really fascinating here. So let's say a lead, we'll call her Sarah, clicks on a Facebook ad.
Okay, Sarah clicks the ad.
She lands on a drag-and-drop landing page that was built directly inside this platform. Now, the moment she submits her information, she doesn't just get dumped onto a generic email list.
No, not at all.
Right. She is instantly injected into a custom sales pipeline.
Yeah.
And because the landing page and the CRM are literally the exact same software, Sarah's profile is automatically populated with the exact context of what ad she clicked and, what product she looked at.
And that shared context, that's where the advanced branching logic takes over.
Explain the branching logic a bit.
Sure. So think of branching logic like a highly intelligent flowchart that reacts to human behavior in real time. Once Sarah is in that pipeline, the system might send her an introductory email.
Makes sense.
Now, if the CRM detects that Sarah opened that email and clicked a specific link, the flowchart branches her down path A, which might immediately trigger a follow-up SMS text.
Okay, but what if she doesn't open it?
Right, so if she ignores the email for, say, 2 days, the system automatically routes her down path B instead, sending a completely different email with a stronger hook.
Okay, I have to play devil's advocate here for a second, though. I look at this claim of doing literally everything, landing pages, CRM, SMS, email, and my immediate reaction is that a jack of all trades is usually a master of none.
That is the standard pushback, yeah.
I mean, if I buy an all-in-one stereo system, the speakers are never as good as if I bought dedicated specialized speakers, right? So won't a standalone email marketing platform always have better templates and better deliverability than a CRM that just, bolted an email sender onto its dashboard?
It is absolutely the most common hesitation professionals have when they look at consolidation. But Felix's review argues that you really have to reframe what you consider a quote-unquote premium feature.
How so?
Well, a standalone email tool might offer a few more granular design tweaks for your newsletter.
Yeah.
However, the true power of this platform is that the integration itself is the feature.
Oh, I see.
Deep contextual data is going to beat a pretty email template every single time. Because the email module has native, unrestricted access to all the CRM data, you aren't guessing what marketing materials Sarah has already seen.
You just know.
Exactly. You aren't relying on some fragile API connection to tell your email sender that Sarah just booked a calendar appointment. The system already knows.
But it won't send her the wrong message.
Right. It automatically pauses her promotional email so she doesn't get a desperate buy now pitch an hour after she already scheduled a consultation with you.
That seamless communication between the modules is definitely crucial. But I mean, unifying the dashboard is really only half the battle. Once you have that bird's eye view of your 23,000 contacts, you actually have to communicate with them. And doing that manually is just physically impossible.
Completely impossible.
Which brings us to this massive leap in how the platform handles outbound communication, specifically through its AI integrations.
Yeah, the review gets into some truly cutting-edge territory here. We are moving way past simple if-then automation and entering an environment where the software actively replaces human manual labor.
Using natural language processing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, Felix details features like voice AI. And to be clear, this isn't just an automated phone menu that robotically says, press 1 for sales. The voice AI can actually route calls and screen prospects conversationally before a human ever even picks up the receiver.
It's wild to think about. And alongside that, you have these 24/7 conversation bots.
Which handle the text-based stuff.
Yeah, they are actively reading the intent behind a customer's text message or their web chat. They can answer complex questions, and they actively push qualified leads further down that exact branching logic we talked about earlier.
And the content generation is incredible, too.
It is. Consider the underlying mechanism there. Because the AI is built directly into the CRM, it isn't just a generic text generator.
Right, it has the context.
Yes. When it drafts marketing emails or campaign copy, it is pulling from the historical data of what actually converts in your specific pipelines. So it's writing highly contextual copy in literal seconds.
And it completely eliminates what I like to call the email dance. That agonizing back and forth where you email a client saying, hey, does Tuesday at 2 p.m. work? And they reply, no. How about Thursday?
Oh, the worst. Just endless email.
Exactly. But this platform has frictionless scheduling built right in. It syncs with your calendar, lets the client book themselves based on your actual real-time availability, and then immediately fires off the automated SMS and email reminders.
Which drastically reduces no-show rates. I mean, when you automate the logistical heavy lifting, the calendar booking, the lead screening, the reminder texts, you fundamentally alter the future of work for your team.
They get their time back.
Exactly.
Wow.
Human staff are entirely freed up from all those repetitive administrative tasks, so they can redirect all that recovered time into high-level strategy, creative problem-solving, and actual face-to-face relationship building.
The software handles the logistics, and your team handles the nuance.
Beautifully said, yes.
It essentially gives you this invisible, tireless staff. You have a digital receptionist handling your calendar, a digital copywriter drafting your emails, and a digital sales rep qualifying leads at 3 in the morning.
And they never sleep.
Right. And that extends to product delivery, too. The review notes you can host online courses and gated memberships directly inside the software. It processes the payment, instantly grants the access, triggers the email receipt, and just drips out the course content over time. without a single human ever lifting a finger.
But, that level of automation actually introduces a hidden risk that businesses frequently ignore, usually to their own detriment.
Okay, let's talk about the catch.
Yeah, because this system can handle such massive volumes of automated communication, a single configuration mistake at the foundation gets amplified 1,000 times over.
That makes sense.
So Felix Rumor's review provides a very necessary reality check regarding setup complexity and deliverability.
Let's dive into that reality check, because you definitely can't just hand over a credit card, flip a switch, and expect this invisible staff to be perfectly trained on day one. High-volume automation means high-volume failure if your foundation is cracked.
Precisely. The review is very clear that new users face a steep learning curve. I mean, the initial setup of the CRM, mapping out those complex automation flows, and configuring the core integrations it takes, real time.
Like how much time?
You need to budget a full day, at minimum, just to establish the baseline architecture before you see any of those efficiency gains.
And the biggest trapdoor seems to be email deliverability. Felix warns that improper configuration of your email sender, specifically the mailgun integration, can send your high-volume campaigns straight into the spam folder.
Straight to spam, which is a nightmare.
Right. You could have the most beautifully written AI email, triggered at the exact right moment by your flawless branching logic, and it is completely worthless if Google or Yahoo decides you look like a spammer.
And this is where we have to strip away the tech jargon and really understand the mechanics of domain authentication. The review stresses that users absolutely must proactively audit their DNS, SPF, DKIM, and tracking settings.
Okay, break that down for us.
To put it simply, when you send thousands of emails automatically, email providers like Gmail need absolute proof that you are who you say you are. So DPM, for instance, acts like a digital wax seal on every single email.
A digital wax seal. I like that.
Yeah, it's a cryptographic signature that proves the email actually originated from your domain and hasn't been tampered with along the way.
And what about SPF?
SPF acts like a guest list for a VIP party. It tells the receiving server exactly which IP addresses are actually allowed to send emails on your behalf.
So if you skip setting up that digital wax seal or that guest list because you're just, too eager to start blasting out AI emails, the receiving servers just bounce you at the door.
Exactly. They won't let you in.
And then your ROI is quietly destroyed, and you might not even realize it's happening.
And that technical responsibility, it pairs with the pricing structure you have to manage, too.
Let's talk numbers.
The base subscription tiers are $97, $297, and $497 per month. But the review explicitly warns users to plan for scaling costs.
Hidden costs.
Well, consumption costs. When you are sending automated SMS reminders and thousands of emails every month, there is a cost for that usage on top of your base tier.
Okay, that actually makes me pause and think about the end user here. If I'm a local service business owner, say I run a regional plumbing company with 10 trucks, this sounds completely overwhelming.
It's a lot to take in.
I mean, I know how to route pipes and fix water heaters, but I don't know what a cryptographic digital wax seal is, and I certainly don't want to spend my weekend auditing my DNS records.
Yeah.
Is this technology just too complex for a non-tech business?
That overwhelm is the exact friction point for most local businesses. It really is. And it is why the most successful implementation of this platform usually doesn't come from the local plumber setting it up themselves.
Then who is setting it up?
The true power users of this software, as highlighted in the review, are the marketing agencies that actually manage those local businesses.
Okay, that shifts the perspective entirely.
Yeah, Felix cites Benjamin Kepner, the CEO of Global Social Media Marketing, who uses this platform to coordinate complex marketing needs across his entire client base.
So it's built to scale for agencies.
Exactly. It allows an agency to manage dozens or hundreds of different business accounts from one master dashboard.
The platform developers must understand this agency dynamic perfectly, because their most potent feature seems to be this white label dominance.
Oh, the white labeling is a total game changer.
Walk me through the mechanics of that, because the review explains that an agency can take this entire complex software architecture and completely rebrand it as their own.
Right. You swap out the platform's logo for your agency's logo, you change the color scheme, and you map it to your own custom web domain.
So when that local plumber logs in to check his calendar or view his leads, he thinks he is logging into a proprietary custom-built software owned by your marketing agency.
Exactly. But it goes much deeper than just a visual rebrand. The platform includes an app marketplace with over 350 integrations.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is. This allows agencies to bundle various software services together into one cohesive package for their clients. And furthermore, the automated billing system is built right in.
Oh, so the agency doesn't have to chase down invoices.
Exactly. The agency can automate the recurring revenue they collect from the plumber, simplifying invoicing and allowing the agency to focus on actually growing the account rather than chasing down monthly payments.
Let's look at a specific workflow an agency can provide to that plumber using this white-labeled system, because the reputation management feature they mentioned is just brilliant.
It's so smart.
So let's say the plumber finishes a job. The moment he marks the job as complete in his white-labeled app on his phone, the CRM triggers an automated SMS to the homeowner thanking them and asking for a review. But here's the clever part. It filters the feedback based on the branching logic we discussed earlier.
Exactly. The mechanism acts as a digital shield for the business. If the homeowner clicks the link and rates the service 4 or 5 stars, the system immediately pushes them to publish that review publicly on Google.
Which creates a massive boost for local SEO.
Right.
But if the homeowner had a bad experience and clicks 1 or 2 stars, the branching logic redirects them. Instead of sending them to Google, it opens a private feedback form.
So the frustrated customer gets to vent their complaints, but it goes directly to the slumber's internal dashboard.
Right. So they can handle the dispute privately before it escalates into a massive public relations disaster.
When you combine that reputation management, the frictionless scheduling, and the unified CRM, the strategic advantage for a marketing agency is just staggering.
It changes the whole business model.
It really does. Historically, an agency provided a disposable service. They wrote some copy or they ran some Facebook ads. And if the ads underperformed for a month, the client would just fire them.
Easy to cut ties.
Exactly. But with a white-labeled, all-in-one platform, the agency is no longer just providing a service. They are providing the core infrastructure of the client's business.
They become incredibly sticky.
Highly sticky. The client's entire livelihood, their calendar bookings, their customer database, their invoicing, their inbound phone routing is running on the agency's branded software.
So they can't just leave.
Right. For a client to fire the agency, they wouldn't just be stopping an ad campaign. They would have to rip out the operational heart of their own business and start over from scratch.
I do have to question the dynamic of that client relationship, though. I mean, if you are white labeling this massive system and slapping your agency logo on it, are you building genuine trust with that plumber? Or are you essentially masking the fact that you're just reselling someone else's technology? If the client discovers they are using a white-labeled product, do they feel deceived?
It is a valid ethical concern, for sure. But in practice, you really have to consider what the local business actually values.
Fair point.
The plumber doesn't care about the underlying code of the software. They care about results, reliability, and ease of use. You aren't masking the tech to trick them. You are curating a highly complex system so they never have to learn what a DKIM record is.
You're saving them from the headache.
Exactly. By absorbing that steep learning curve, managing the mailgun deliverability, setting up the custom branching logic, and handling all the onboarding, the agency is providing immense tangible value. The trust isn't built on who wrote the code. The trust is built because the agency made the technology actually generate revenue for the plumber's specific business model.
That makes perfect sense. You basically act as the buffer. You take the technical punishment of configuring the Frankenstein stack so the client just gets a clean dashboard that hands them book jobs and 5-star reviews.
And that is exactly why the financial payoff is so high for agencies or businesses that are willing to do the heavy lifting of the initial setup.
So let's distill everything we've unpacked today into a practical takeaway for the listener. Based on Felix Romer's insights, if you are evaluating this tool, whether for your own business or to white label for an agency, you have to approach it strategically. First, absolutely take advantage of the 14-day free trial. But, and this is the most critical piece of advice, do not try to boil the ocean on day one.
That is the most common path to failure.
Yeah.
Do not log in on day one and try to launch a gated membership course, configure a complex AI voice bot, and build a 50-step branching funnel all at once.
You'll just get overwhelmed.
You will completely drown in the complexity. You have to start small.
Start by migrating your contacts. Consolidate your CRM first and set up simple lead flows. And before you even initiate the trial, verify your billing details and understand exactly what pricing tier you need, especially factoring in those hidden consumption limits for SMS and email.
And the review explicitly states that dedicating a full day to simply learning the core workflows and mechanics up front pays massive dividends later.
Just block out the time.
Yeah. Utilize the support systems available. The platform offers step-by-step guides, onboarding sessions, and really extensive documentation. If you are an agency planning to white label this, lean heavily on that support to master the technical foundation so you can offer a flawless, uninterrupted experience to your clients.
We have covered an immense amount of ground today, from the mechanics of trigger-based pipelines and the digital wax seals of email deliverability to the profound shift in agency ROI through white label infrastructure. To wrap things up, I want to leave you with a broader strategic question to mull over. Take a hard look at your current digital toolbox today. Look at all those open tabs on your browser. Is your technology stack actively accelerating your business strategy, or have you accidentally become a full-time unpaid manager of your own software subscriptions?
It is a crucial audit every modern professional needs to conduct. Your tools should be working tirelessly in the background for you, not demanding constant maintenance from you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Smart Keys podcast. We really appreciate you taking the time to explore the mechanics and strategies of this platform with us. If you found this deep dive valuable, please make sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss our analysis of the tools shaping the future of work. And I strongly encourage you to read Felix Rummer's full, comprehensive review for yourself. We have put the direct link to the original article right in the show notes for you. Until next time, keep optimizing your systems, keep adapting to the landscape, and here is to your continued success.